Exploration Unknown is a YouTube channel run by an urban explorer named John, who uploads videos of his solo exploration adventures in Canada. In a video he uploaded in 2019, he shows what happened one night when he explored a creepy mansion in North Bruce. Technically nobody was supposed to be going there due to its sketchy paranormal past, so the townspeople made every effort possible to make it clear that they would be avoiding the devil's elbow. Before venturing deeper, he goes into the relatively intact house and starts walking around, making as little noise as possible to safely navigate the decaying garage. At around 5 minutes in, he approaches the stairs and climbs up. Everything seems to be going just fine, but upon hearing strange noises upstairs, John's night takes a pretty unsettling turn.
Hello? I'm not here to bother you. Is anybody in here? I thought I heard a man's voice. When I first came in here, it sounded like somebody walking up here. My keys are making noises. Freaking somebody down there, dude. Come on, quit messing with me. I'm just trying to freaking... I'll leave. There's somebody else in here. As I've got myself in a bad situation. Oh, jeez.
It's not uncommon for solo explorers to hear louder noises upstairs in the middle of an abandoned house, especially when you think someone else is in there messing with you. But in this case, it's highly unlikely that this was a harmless squatter or some other person with the intention to just hide away. As to John's loud greetings, they would almost always respond back and reveal themselves verbally.
This floor open. Oh my God, Freelander. Hello? Is there somebody here? I'm not here to bother or rob anything. I was just here exploring. I thought it was a band. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, God, turn away. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
It's not clear who exactly screamed from the darkness, but based on the strange noises he heard upstairs, it's very likely that the man was watching John all along. Although the violent threat was terrifying to hear and we can only imagine what he must have felt at that moment, it's worth mentioning that the abandoned mansion was probably a homeless person's shelter, and from the residents' perspective it was likely just as alarming to hear a random stranger wandering the halls. Since explorers usually stick to a strict safety code, an aggressive encounter like this is completely out of the ordinary and could have gotten violent very quickly, but thankfully he immediately bolted and made it out safely. Because he never looked back, the man's identity will remain unknown forever. Chris is an urban explorer who has been active since 2013, and he is well known in the urban exploring community for finding and exploring abandoned and lesser-known places over the years. In early 2023, Chris uploaded a video where he visited an infamous haunted abandoned location. The journey starts off fairly normal, just like most explorations of abandoned places, but around the 25-minute mark, Chris makes a very disturbing discovery on the floor.
What the fuck? Oh, it's a fucking toy. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. Holy shit, that scared the hell out of me. That's a toy. Look at this.
As he cautiously steps closer and shines his flashlight directly onto the figure, the camera captures a truly horrifying sight. What initially looked like someone hiding in the darkness turns out to be a life-size dummy, dressed in a baggy green hoodie and wearing an incredibly unsettling mask. After a couple of minutes, he continues deeper into the hallway, and as he explores further, he enters one of the rooms where he makes one of the most disturbing discoveries of his journey so far.
Safe is still here. I wonder what's in it. Oh shit.
It was one of those moments where he heard a strange sound, and then out of nowhere, a shadow appeared just as he looked toward the side corridor, visible through the window.
Where the fuck did he go? What the fuck? He was standing right here. He's probably in this room. Get my gun. Hello. What the fuck? Where did he go?
After he sees someone pass by through the window, he decides to check who it was. But when he goes into that room, no one is there. Feeling uneasy, he decides to leave the abandoned building. However, as he heads toward the stairs, he suddenly hears movement, almost like someone running on them, making the situation even more disturbing.
I remember the last time I exploded. Oh shit. Hello? Hello? What the fuck? Okay, I know I heard somebody coming down these stairs. I'm out.
As he makes his way up the stairs to reach the roof, he is completely unable to find the mysterious figure he thought was waiting for him, and after searching the area, nobody can be found. Disturbingly, it seems like the same unknown person was actively trying to terrify him throughout the visit, first creating a sense of panic, then appearing in the window and later lurking near the roof, making the fact that he never actually got a clear look at them even more creepy. Luckily, he was able to walk away from the terrifying encounter completely unharmed and safely leave the abandoned place behind. E.T. Explores and More is a YouTube channel that uploads a variety of content, including occasional explorations of abandoned places. In a 2016 video, he and his friends venture into a local abandoned sauna built in 1915. From the very beginning of the footage, it becomes clear that the elements have completely reclaimed the space, since it was decommissioned in 1995. Unlike buildings that simply gather dust, this structure is entirely consumed by thick mold, heavily rusted heaters and crumbling floors, making it feel like the entire place could collapse around them at any second. Considering they were exploring a decaying building covered in disturbing messages like "you can't hide," it's very likely that there was a squatter or some other hostile presence inside the sauna. And in those cases, a crumbling, isolated structure won't offer a lot of protection against an unpredictable stranger. It's much more common for people to be spooked by empty rooms and creepy stick figures than by actual encounters, but in this case the gut-wrenching scream from the shadows didn't sound very imaginary. To ensure their safety, the explorers leave the curtain-covered doorway they were investigating and quickly escape from the building. The group got into their car and left the location. However, the moment was quite disturbing, especially when they heard a man scream from behind the curtain. It's possible he didn't want anyone entering the building. In the end, it was a good decision that they left right away after hearing the scream, as it helped them avoid any potential danger.
The video comes from the YouTube channel Sort of Interesting, a solo adventure channel based in the United Kingdom, known for calm, observational exploration. The channel covers endurance challenges, wild camping, and testing personal limits, often leaning into discomfort and tension without ever reaching for drama. This recording was made on January 9th, 2026, in a snow-covered woodland somewhere in the UK.
Welcome to my first ever sub-0 degree camping trip, and also my first real cold temperature test of my new winter sleeping bag. Because of that, I didn't want to drift too far away from civilization, so I've come down to a secret little area that I've camped out at before, and as I was on my way there, I wanted to do a few exciting wintry snowy shots for you so that you could see the lovely scenery lit up in the darkness. And then it started to snow a little bit more heavily early, and I thought, if I don't get my camp set up, I'm potentially going to get absolutely covered in snow, soaking wet, and then be cursing myself from a very damp bivvy bag. So I came out to this little hidden spot and just checked the ground conditions, and then thought, right, let's get stuck in here. So I have fetched my trekking poles, and I've got a small tarp and pegs and all sorts here as well. So I could build a small shelter if it was a little bit windy and I wanted to take that wind chill off. And the trouble I've got here is the tree cover is so spindly that once daylight hits, or if somebody comes past in the small hours with a torch, they're going to see a tarp and that unnatural tall square shape standing out a mile away in here. So without creating a tarp shelter, we are going to have a really low profile camp setup. So we've got a basic poncho tarp hybrid that I'm using as a ground sheet and an Elpkit Elan hooped bivvy. I'm so glad I bought that as my first bivvy bag last year. It's just so handy and so convenient. Like I say, super low profile, but that hooped section just makes it feel that little bit more open and substantial than my really basic bivvy bag. So I'm going to use two relatively low end sleeping mattresses to try and get a bit of distance between me and the very cold ground, which was certainly not ideal, and you'll see more on that in just a moment.
He sets out on his first ever sub-zero bivvy camp with one goal in mind: putting a new winter sleeping bag through its paces in real conditions. To keep the risk manageable, he picks a wooded area close to civilization, somewhere he has camped before. What he doesn't expect is how quickly that familiar place will start to feel anything but. The snowfall comes in heavier than forecast, forcing him to drop any plans for scenic filming and shift his focus entirely to getting set up before the cold and wet take hold. With sparse tree cover and the possibility of being spotted, he decides against rigging a tarp. Instead, he goes as low profile as possible, a simple bivvy laid directly on the ground. Snow keeps falling, visibility tightens, and the temperature continues to drop. Then, as daylight starts to go, the first unsettling moment of the night arrives.
This was the moment the first drama of the night happened. Somebody over there, there's somebody over there. What is going on here? There has been somebody walking around out there. Unfortunately, I've waited and waited, and you can see the snow started to collect and actually gather on the bivvy and tarp now. I can't do this in total darkness, so might as well just put the light on and go for it. I don't know if anyone's out there or not. If I've been spotted, I've been spotted. I'll keep my ear out. Obviously, I'm going to hear a lot of noise if somebody approaches the camp tonight.
While laying out his sleeping mats, he suddenly freezes. Something is moving in the woods nearby. He can't tell whether it's an animal or a person, so he goes completely still and listens. Snow piles up on his bivvy and gear as he waits, unable to safely carry on with the setup.
This was when the second drama happened, when I knew that I'd seen a light.
I've got absolute footprints leading right towards me. I mean, it's continued snowing, but there, yeah. There, you saw that absolute clear. Oh, I hope that's on the camera. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Every now and then they just catch directly towards me.
Luckily, the lights didn't get that close to me.
When the snowfall finally eases off, he notices something that stops him cold. Fresh footprints in the snow, leading directly toward his camp. Around the same time, lights appear in the distance, flickering on and off and pointing his way, before eventually drifting elsewhere. He realizes his own tracks are clearly visible, so he dims his light and holds position for long stretches, getting colder by the minute while he waits for the lights to disappear.
It's currently -2 degrees right now here, and to be honest, after how long it took the gas stove to not quite get the water to boil for my last wintry hot... What was that? It's not very far away, and that I do not like. Foxes. Foxes. Oh, I hope that's foxes. Listen. That has given me goosebumps even more than the -2 degrees we're facing.
In the early hours of the morning, while lying awake inside his bivvy, he is jolted by a sudden burst of screaming close by. The sound is sharp enough to put him on full alert. After sitting with it for a moment, he concludes it's foxes. But even with that explanation, the experience rattles him, and any real sense of calm is gone for the rest of the night. No direct encounter happens, but this is not a comfortable night by any measure. Unexplained movement in the trees, footprints heading straight for his position, distant lights that won't quite settle, and a jarring burst of screaming in the dark, all of it layered on top of bitter cold and real isolation. It keeps him on edge from dusk to dawn. Come morning, he acknowledges that picking a spot close to civilization was the right call for a first sub-zero attempt. He breaks down frozen equipment and walks out of the woodland, turning over one thought: how fast a quiet winter camp can start to feel wrong, not because of anything you can point to directly, but because of everything that never gets explained. Out there in the cold and the dark, with snow coming down around you, even something as simple as a footprint or a light in the distance can completely change how a place feels. If you found yourself in that situation, would you stay and wait it out, or would you trust your gut and go while you still had the chance?
Jared Coker Urbex is an urban exploration channel where Jared travels across the country, often entirely alone, documenting forgotten and decaying structures. In late 2023, Jared uploaded a video documenting his visit to a strange, unnamed medical facility deep in the Appalachian region of rural Alabama. What made this location uniquely unsettling was not just its remote setting or the overgrown helicopter landing pad outside, but its eerie condition and strange atmosphere. The journey starts off normal, but as he goes deeper into the abandoned hospital and explores its deteriorating structure, things begin to take a disturbing turn.
Show an area of a building I probably shouldn't be going towards. But I would have to run right by the front of the place, though. Any minute now, that little light's gonna come on again. Oh, God. Oh, there's no way the camera would have just seen that, but I just saw someone walk through there. There's a person in there right now. Someone just walked through. Let's see if they walk back. All right, I can't go there now. There's no way. If I'd have gone there earlier, that person might have been there the whole time. Oh, tell me you saw that. They walked by again. Come on, one more time, just for proof. There. I know the camera saw it. They're there right now.
After spotting two people who seemed to be watching him, he ran out of fear.
I saw people go by that door like twice. And the third time, I swear, it looked like they were coming right towards the door and looking at me. And I think I had my light on too. I gotta get out of here. If I climb up this hill. What? No. What the heck? It was two ladies. Gotta get out of here now.
But it turned out they were just two women, possibly healthcare professionals. After escaping the building, he made it into the nearby woods, where he realized he had lost his keys and phone somewhere inside the facility. This is where the situation became serious for him.
I don't have my phone. I just dropped my phone and my keys. This is horrible. They might still be at the window. This is so awful. I'm literally gonna get caught because of this, because now I have to go right back there. What? I can't hear. I can't understand.
Can you understand me? Yeah.
Maybe?
What is this picture?
What is what?
What is this picture?
It's just a camera.
What kind of camera?
It's a Canon.
Come here with me. I'll help. Okay. Are you working with a ghost TV?
A what?
Ghost. Or who are you with? What is your name?
Just me.
What is your name?
Jeff.
Jeff who?
Just Jeff.
How did you come inside that building? Which entry did you take?
Hold on, let me...
Show me.
What entry?
Whether it is. Oh, this is the door you entered. See, I'm trying to figure it out. That wood is private. That is a private land. This is a private land. You know,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'll leave if you need me to leave.
Fortunately, he was able to recover his phone and keys on the way back inside the abandoned building. However, he later learned that the property was privately owned and restricted. A security guard confronted him and asked how and why he entered the premises in the first place.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'll leave if you need me to leave. I didn't know this was like
no,
that.
I called for help. For us, for you and me. Is that the opening that you went in?
I didn't go in.
Jeff, let us not even go there. But we need to solve this amicably so that this don't happen. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you to be honest with the officer.
I will.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just come on, let's meet him. So it'll be a pleasant encounter.
Yeah. So yeah.
What happened?
I'll tell him. It's all right. Yeah. I thought it was an abandoned building, so I came down here and there was a wide open window, so I just hopped on in. I was trying to take like some pictures and stuff because I do like abandoned place photography, and then.
You can't be doing that, right?
You have no idea how close I just was to going to jail again. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. I don't think I'll be able to leave much of those conversations in because they go on for quite some time and the camera just stopped rolling anyway during some of it, but...
Things escalated further when the police were called. Fortunately, after explaining the situation, the officer understood his point of view and let him go without arresting him.